Hey everybody, this is Scott from Social Media Mastery, and welcome back to this video, how to automate ads and sales to attract 20 clients. And really excited to get into this one because this is the practical stuff where you get to see some of my actual ads for hypnotherapy. So whether you are a hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, you do Reiki or coaching or any of that kind of how-to space, you help people with like health or addiction or weight loss or sales or relationships or anxiety, depression or confidence, whatever it is that you help them with. I want to show you some examples about even just this week how it's worked. And if you just would like to share a win with us as well, that's something that we really promote in this group so that you can feel like, that you're part of the community. You're not just doing it for you, you're doing it to basically to share, to, even teach each other. So this week, a win that I like to share is just like, just a few FBOSS receipts that I've had for this week, like one in the middle that says 780, another that says, I think it's 600 on the right, and just like other payments and stuff that came through. Like this one on the left has like a few for a couple $100, one for 760. So these are just kind of like things that throughout the week, even just working part-time, that it's easy to do like, a 5 or a 6K week if you have the right things that are out there. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. So like, here's a picture of an ad that I put out. So you can see how it says danger poison, quit smoking today with hypnotherapy. This is my Facebook ad. This is the first Facebook ad that I ever had actually from roughly about 10 years ago. And it's still working really well today because it's a social message. People at the bottom, you can see where it says send message. That button can also say book now, but people book in for it for a $400 program and it's really easy. Facebook won't allow you to put money on an ad if more than 20% of that image is text. The reason this one gets away with it is because I've blurred the text. So there's still really only about 20% or less of this actual image that is actual text. But you can kind of see that like when people share this, I've had like on a lot of these, like over 2,000 free shares. So I'm getting like traffic that I'm not even paying for because the person who shares this is also kind of the person who's sharing it in their own voice. So it's like not me saying it anymore, it's them saying it. But every time they share it out, it still is an ad to my page. So like there where it says like sent message, and you can see that like if this is on my smoking page, the one called how to quit smoking, which I'll show you like in this video just in a minute, what's happening in this is like when they share it, it's always going to bring people back to my page to make a booking, even though they're sharing it in their voice, if that makes sense. That 2,000 free shares, that's awesome because I didn't pay for those shares. And so then when they click the button, this is where it sends them to my webpage that looks like this. And it uses what we call the HOC formula. So headline, offer, call to action. The headline, which is what's your excuse. And then the offer, quit smoking, we provide you with a lifetime of free follow-up sessions. We understand that smoking can be a very expensive habit. That is why we have developed this 2-session program to assist you in quitting cigarettes. And then on the right-hand side, see that button that says click here? It doesn't say send message, which is like what a lot of people put on theirs. Instead of send message, it says click here. It's much better. And then it starts with you're halfway there. They put in their name, phone, email address, and then how long have you smoked for? And it's really easy to book people in once they've landed here because we use this phone script called appointment program pause. And it's no matter what happens, like if somebody writes into that little section there, I don't want to make an appointment, I'm just kind of ringing around to find costs, we basically still say, oh, so you're calling to make an appointment? And then they might respond with, no, I'm just ringing around to find costs. Can you just tell me how the whole thing works? Then I go, yeah, so the program is the 2 sessions of hypnotherapy plus the 2-disc CD set. Almost everybody quits by the end of the first session. It's $395 and that covers everything, including the lifetime guarantee, which means you get to come back free of charge for life. And then they almost always respond with, great, let's book it in. When can you see me? So that's kind of, it's really easy to do. So that if you get like from a Facebook ad to get people onto this, there's a huge chance that they'll give you the contact details. And then if you can get them on the phone, it should take you 30 seconds to book them in. So this is my ad spend for Google AdWords. So you can see that I've spent $43,000 or $43,500 on ads. It's just something that I've left in the background. And so this is like, this is years of spent. But just to show you kind of like a little bit about how it works, there's particular keywords that people type in to find me. And you can see that by the actual percentage of click-through, one of these really good ones is hypnotherapy to stop smoking. That's like, it's a really good set of keywords. Others that are not so great, so the ones that say low search volume. And when I send emails out, so like once people give me their contact details, I also send out emails, and there's a process that I want to show you to make sure that your click-through rate stays up, because like we get, a fairly good click-through rate. There's an 8 email sequence that we use so that we can automate our emails. Because like if you're always posting about wins, people kind of tune out to it after a while. So there's this 8-step process that I'm going to show you in this. So starting with these 8 touch points, if you're going to send out eight emails to somebody, there's something that Dan Harmon calls the story circle, or Dan Harmon's story circle. He's the one who produced particular shows like Community and Rick and Morty. But every time he does an episode, there's something called the story wheel that he's taken from the hero's journey story wheel, where there was 12 touch points, or 12 points of the actual plot, and he simplified it into just 8. And it's something that's has created the most addicted audience ever for this show. And it translates quite well into marketing as well. Because if you're always posting about wins, people tend to tune off or tune out from it. So first, the comfort zone. So when you're going to put out an email, the first email that we like to put out is the comfort zone, where we do some branding and we show people the clinic, we show people what it's about. The second one is the need or desire, where we say like how to quit smoking, or how to quit smoking in under an hour. We talk about the thing that they actually want. The unfamiliar situation, where we show them inside like a session. We show them kind of like what trance is like. So now they're in the other world, where they get to see what it's like on the other side. And then adaptation, where people get used to doing hypnotherapy. The next one is that they get what they wanted, as in that the person's actually quit smoking. It's maybe a case study, or it's like something great's happened. Number 6 is they pay a heavy price, or they have to pay for what's happened. So this isn't just like payment for the program, that we put out an email that shows somebody was smoking because they couldn't handle stress without it. And so we basically talk about how somebody who just lets go of the cigarettes might not have another coping mechanism. So these are the coping mechanism strategies that you can use besides smoking. So the heavy price that they've paid is that their health is better because they're not smoking, but now they're stressed because they're not doing anything to help themselves with stress. If that makes sense? And so we might have an email about that that explains that. And then number 7, return to comfort zone, like we go back to kind of branding and showing the clinic. And then the 8th one, having changed, where we can talk about somebody who's been off cigarettes for a year. So these like 8 emails, we cycle through them because it's so much easier to get someone's attention if you're not positive or negative all of the time. There's kind of a beat sheet. It's kind of like, here's a win, here's a loss. Here's a win, here's pay a heavy price. So let's say like you're doing smoking stuff. So here's like an example about 8 emails that I would send out. So the number 1, the comfort zone. Again, branding. So like that you could show people like your clinic, have a picture of you with it, have like an email subject line that says opening, or whatever it is that you're introducing to people. The second email is on topic. It's like how to quit smoking, how to get what you want. Then inside a session, the feeling of trance, the client quit smoking, new stress relief, like what I was talking about. They pay a heavy price. They need a new stress relief technique. Number 7, more branding. And then number 8 could be a case study with someone who's been off cigarettes for a while. But if you're not doing quit smoking hypnotherapy, you might be doing something to do with relationships. So the same process applies. These 8 emails that you could keep sending out of branding, and then how to date, then inside a session with the coach, and then the feeling of trance, or it could be like whatever, or the feeling of getting coached. And then client finds the date, so you might do a case study on it. Number 6 is the new struggles, like now they're in the relationship, now they need to know how to kind of balance that. And then 7 is branding again. And then number 8 could be a dating case study, like 1 year on. Or if you're doing stuff to do with health, it could be the same thing. So branding, how to eat without putting on weight. Number 3, inside a session. Number 4, the feeling of trance, or the feeling of like being coached, or what it's like to have a coach. Number 5, the client wins. They have a win, so they lose 18 kilos. And the next thing that really gets someone's attention is they pay a heavy price. So their favorite foods to cut out. So you might say that they've lost some of their pleasures in life because they've lost some of their things that would do for fun. And then number 7, the branding again. And number 8, a weight loss case study 1 year on, if that makes sense. So here's the steps to kind of getting this all done is really, you want to pick a niche, write the 8 emails, write a Facebook or Google ad, finish on an offer, like the HOC, when I was saying the headline, the offer, and then the call to action, and then repeat. And then you can easily get, between 2 to 5K a week if you keep putting this out. Like the world has money and the economy is spending money. You just want to make sure that if you're making an ad spend on Facebook or if you're putting something out on Google, that it's working. You need to make sure, and I'm going to give you examples. So number one, like what's your niche? What do you help people to actually achieve? So don't say NLP, hypnosis, coaching, realignment, or childhood beliefs, etc. Don't say like I help people find, like even like with body confidence is a tough one because there's no clear result that people can kind of measure. So the best question that I have for this is if somebody was to get say, I want your services, here's $1,000, what do they get at the end? What does this look like? So if you could tell us, like in the comment section as well, tell us that if someone, or if I gave you $1,000, what result would I have at the end? And that's your niche. Write the emails, write the headlines, like what are these 8 emails going to be about? And then create a Facebook ad or Google ad to get people into your process. Finish on an offer so that your 9th email is actually an offer. And this is like, remember like when I was saying the 6 things you need to say in an offer? So it's kind of like the HOC, the headline, offer, call to action. But the offer is the name of the program, the inclusions, the bonuses, the standard result, the price, and the no-brainer inclusion. And then you repeat. So you want to make sure that you're doing this all over again. So I'm going to go to Facebook actually. You see like I'm just doing this on my phone. And I'm going to show you a Facebook page I've got. How to quit smoking. Okay. So this is a Facebook page that I have. I might need to turn the phone to make this work because we're not really seeing much there. So I'm just going to turn it. My apologies if this is on its side now, but it's just the best way to be able to show it to you. So you can see that there's about 2,000 people that have liked this page. This is the smoking ad that I was talking about. This particular one's had 119 shares. You click book now. And it sends you to this page, the headline, offer, call to action. And then here you can see that you're halfway there. They put in the name, phone, email, and how long they've smoked. Because it's on my Facebook page. So here's another one where I've blurred it out. And when you blur it, it allows you to actually put money on it. This one says send message. That's one I've boosted. Here's one like where I've got how to quit smoking for your family. Man quit smoking after crying over a photo of grandchildren. This one, danger poison, it's the same again. If you click book now, it lands on that page again so they can make an appointment. What else have we got? Who's in Melbourne and wants to quit smoking today? Type him in for the link. And there's 48 people. This is just nuts, just how easy it is. Like, I'm in for the link. They click on the link. And again, sends them to the same page. It's just easy. There's a few other posts that I've done, but mainly I keep coming back to posting this one. For the ebook, 65 people wanted it. And you can see like what they're saying. I'm in. This one's the same again. You click book now, brings them back to that page. So there's one I want to start a no vaping campaign. This one did quite well, like because people still think that vaping is sometimes like a better solution. This one has 15,000 views. Man quit smoking after crying over a photo of grandchildren. Again, you click the book now button. Sends them here. So what I wanted to show you is like how easy it is to make an ad. Hit boost. And I'm going to do this now. I'm going to put $25 more on it. Done. So I've just created an ad. I've just basically posted, $25 extra on that ad. And because I've done it before, it's easy. I can just like add money to it. But all I needed to really have is I just need to tell it a few things. So the audience, I've got people living around Croydon. I'll go to another one because this is just really, really easy. One that I perhaps haven't boosted for a while. I haven't boosted yet. So see, this one doesn't have a boost button. Not sure if I hate everyone because I quit smoking or if I just hate everyone. It's kind of weird, but all right, let's boost it. So I want to get more engagement. I want a button. So the button will be sends message. And then I can add money to it. And it's weird just like how easy it is, like once you've done that. So you hit save. You can change the welcome message. Oops. I'll look at that later. Say who you're targeting. And put the money on, and you can hit boost now. This one's probably more appropriate to boost. So, frustration, pain, rejection, anger. But let's go to one that's a bit of a video, so you can see kind of what I'm doing. So not that one, but I want to go to the Mythbuster and show you like my Mythbuster video. Yeah. 10 myths that keep people smoking. I'm too old to quit smoking. I've been smoking too long to quit. Smoking calms me down. It's the wrong time to quit smoking. I'm sure that the right time will be any day now in the future. I'm craving nicotine, but none of the other chemicals in the cigarette. Smoking is my only reward. I'll lose all of my friends if I quit smoking. I can't afford to quit smoking. Cutting down will help me quit. And smoking helps me cope with my job, boss, or team. These are all myths that have been debunked. I hope this helps. And if they click book now, again, it takes them here. Like, it's easy. And so I'll show you like that once they get onto this, if they put their details in, they go click here, and then it just takes them to a page that says thank you, then I call them. So if you just have that, just like a video or a post that takes them to a page, you can get people to book in. This one says, my last cigarette was 2010. Quitting as a group didn't work for me. I had to do it for myself. Conquering the number 1, 3 days of nicotine addiction. Number 2, 1 month of habits. And number 3, emotional battles for calming down, connecting with others, rewarding myself, and starting a new morning routine allowed me to stay off cigarettes forever. I found the cigarettes don't kick in like coffee, painkillers, alcohol, any other substance designed to kick in. Cigarettes were just a ritual for me, so I replaced my ritual with a healthier ritual. I hope this helps. And you can see 18,000 views just because I boosted it. I'll boost it again. So people through my targeting. And I'll go retargeting. So anyone who's been on my page. So if they're going to be in my state, but this is people, I've got a pixel for people that have been on my page, it'll retarget them. And then I go boost now. And so that's another $25 that I've just spent then, that over the next 5 days will bring more people to me. Excellent. So it says under review, and then I can add to it. So it's really easy. It's weird how simple it is to do these things. So once people have put their details in, even if you can't get them on the phone, you can take their email address and set up that campaign of 8 emails, and you're much more likely to get more people. But kind of just check out, like, just with the stuff that I post, it's really easy. Like, there's one that I'll show you that it's just a silly post, but it just got people onto my page. Here it is. Stoner thought of the day, because sometimes it's stoners or people smoke marijuana that come. Stoner thought of the day. Each time you light your lighter gets lighter until your lighter gets so light it won't light. And this one's had 374 shares. People just keep sharing it. And then I've had 1.6 thousand likes. And you can see kind of like just the people liking it. And then you can invite them to like your page just by clicking invite. And you can just make your room, your group, like way bigger. So just invite these new people that have come. Man, that's easy. So if you've had trouble with basically growing your group, or sorry, growing your following, oh, that one's funny. If you've had trouble, you just want to make sure that you're putting something relevant out. So you can see, like, I just keep putting out, every now and then I do a post and people book in. But thanks so much for watching. Oh, this one's good. Oh, but I might like end the video there and I'll talk to you guys soon.